Good afternoon, Lawrence.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
Okay, are you currently in Singapore?
Yes, I am. I'm in Singapore right now. Yes.
Okay. All right. Shall we start the interview?
Sure.
Thank you very much. Okay. Lawrence, welcome to the interview for the position of HR officer with Millennium Stadium. My name is Jacinta. I am the HR manager. First of all, I would like to provide the brief information about the job and also the organizations. So the organization is based in Cardiff, Wales. It was Millennium Stadium was opened in '99, but currently known as a sponsorship purpose for Principality Stadium. So your job here is as HR officer. It's a permanent job, full-time job, subject to 6-month probationary period, and your main role is to provide general day-to-day HR support to all employees, including HR functions and employee benefit, training and development, and also other administration to all employees. You'll be responsible to HR and people development manager. So this interview will take 15 minutes. I will have the structure will be the introduction, competency-based questions, and the closing. So I will start my first question. Could you please tell me in brief your background, experience, and education that you think relevant to the position that you're applying for?
Education background you're asking for?
Background, experience, and education.
Oh, okay. All right. So I've started in as a personnel officer in a hotel, and then after that I was a HR manager in a club, and then I rejoined Raffles International as a HR manager in the various projects and in the corporate office. And then finally I was promoted and became a senior manager in corporate HR in Raffles International. So basically I have done all the different departments and different roles in HR, from personnel to employee relations to training, recruitment, pre-opening, compensation and benefits, and HR strategic planning. So in terms of education, I have a diploma, a higher diploma in hotel management, diploma in personnel management, and a graduate diploma in international HR and globalization. So basically that's what I have.
Okay, thank you. I see in your CV that your last job was senior manager corporate human resources with Raffles International Limited until July 2005.
Yes.
Can you tell me, is there any other job that you have been performed since 2005?
No, basically I've been working in the church, being a volunteer till now. So I thought I want to go back to working in the corporate office now that I've served in the church for so many years.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now we move on to the question, competency-based questions. One question, imagine you say that in your CV here that you also develop compensation policies and procedures. Imagine in your past experience where you are assigned to assist in the reviewing and developing HR policies and procedures. However, some part of your proposed policies and procedures were not approved by your senior management. And you are aware that your proposed policies are relevant to the applicable law. How did you do with this situation?
I think whenever you make any proposal or any suggestion, it's not always that your boss will agree with you. So I don't take it personally. It's a professional decision. So I'm perfectly okay with that. My boss is his responsibility and role to approve and to look at maybe bigger things and looking further ahead or higher up. So I'm perfectly alright for him or her to overrule me whatever proposal I make. The only time I would object is if it's illegal, if it's asking me to break the law or asking me to do something that is unethical or immoral, and then that will be very difficult for me to accept.
Okay, what solution did you provide to accommodate your views in the policies? Is there any a solution for them?
Yeah, I think when you discuss anything that you propose, it's important to base your suggestion or your idea on information, on data, on things that are relevant. For example, the law. So when we propose something, it's not about what I want or what I think is good, but it's more about what the data says, what information we have, and also what does the law require. So I think that's more important than more about what I think or what I feel. So I think if you want to convince your boss on something, you have to come prepared with the right information.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for your question, your answer. I can see from your CV that you have extensive experience in human resources area with different companies. Which part of the job that you most enjoy?
I like to deal with people more than with numbers. So when the job has to do a lot with handling people, interacting with people, that's the one part that I enjoy very much. I also love communication. I love to communicate and convince people about something and able to interact with people. So I think people is the part that I enjoy most about my job.
Okay, thank you. So what was the most challenging part of your job as HR manager?
I think the most challenging is the numbers. To be honest with you, I don't really like to look at numbers every day. If this job is going to be all about numbers, then let me know, and I won't join this company because to be very honest with you, I'm not a numbers person. But if it's part of the job that I have to look at numbers, that is fine. If it's 99% of the time looking at numbers, it will be very tough for me.
Okay, great. So if you have the challenge, how do you overcome them?
Challenge?
Yes.
I think if you're talking about people, people are usually willing to do something or not willing to do something. There's a reason behind it. So it's important to understand why. I think before you talk about how and what, I think it's important to understand why. So if you present an idea and it's very unpopular, then you should ask yourself why, and then figure out the reason. On the other hand, if you present an idea and it's very popular, then you also should know why, because it will help you in the future when you present something else. So I think the why is very important. Humans are very much linked, their decision is linked to their needs, and which is then their motivation. So it's important to know that. So once you know that, then it's much easier for you to plan something, to propose something and get it approved. But of course, on the flip side is again back to what I said earlier on about the numbers, the information. You need to balance both. To the employees, you talk more about the why, but to management, you need to also talk about the numbers, the return on investment, and so on. So you need to balance the message on both sides. Then you can overcome most challenges.
Okay, great. Thank you. As HR officer, you will always deal with people from different culture, background, and attitude. Describe the situation when you encounter a conflict at workplace. How did you handle it?
I think conflict is something that's unavoidable because everyone is different, and culture is different. So it's something that's unavoidable that we cannot run away from. I think the important thing is is coming back to the earlier point. It's about understanding why. What's the perspective, what is the reason for that reaction, and then handling the why first. Then we can talk about the details. If you talk about different national culture, then it's even more different. Something else you need to consider. So, for example, what is acceptable in Singapore may not be acceptable in Vietnam or in your country. So that's something else we need to be very careful about, to understand that different countries, different people may have different cultural differences. At the same time, people are very complex thing to understand. We are similar in many ways, but we're also different in many ways. So the point is to find the similarity, and then to then overcome the differences if it is possible.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, what would you do in the situation where you handle a disciplinary process, but in the situation involved difficult circumstances because the defendant is your close friend, and it was not easy for you to make a decision? What is your approach for this situation?
I think for disciplinary action, what's most important is that there must be fairness, there must be equality, and there must be based on law and policy and procedure. So it must be objective. So I think to me these are the three principles: to be fair, to be objective. I think these two are very, very important. And then to make sure that things are done in an open, transparent way, where the employee and everyone, the management, have a chance to speak and present their point of view with all the facts. Then a decision is to be made. I think that's very important. It doesn't matter whether it is someone you know or don't know or whatever it is. It's all based on the facts. But the facts have to be everyone has to be given a chance to present their side of the story and the facts. Then a decision can be made.
Okay, so what did you learn from that situation?
About the disciplinary action.
Yes, and then the fact that the person is your close friend.
No, I think in disciplinary action, at the end, if you have to take some action, the most important thing is the dignity of the person. To treat the person with dignity and treat the person with respect. I think if you do that, it doesn't matter whether it's a friend or whoever it is. They will appreciate that the care and the professionalism that you put into how you treat them, how you take care of them. So I think to me that's the most important thing. Firing people and taking disciplinary action is something that's part of HR. It's something that you cannot run away from if you want to do HR. But then always remember to be dignified and to be respectful to the people that you're handling.
Great. Okay, thank you. I see in your CV that you also manage training and development activities in your past. I think it's time now. Well, okay, it's a time now. Due to very limited time, I'm sorry I didn't say that. Do you have any question? Do you have any question to ask that you haven't raised during the interview?
No, I have no question. Thanks for all the information you provided and the job description and all that has been very helpful. So I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time to the interview. It was great opportunity to know you professionally. We will inform you about the interview result as soon as possible. And thank you and good luck.